The 17th and 18th centuries were a time of immense hardship in Ireland. Poverty was widespread and opportunity was scarce. Many Irish citizens faced religious persecution, adding another layer of difficulty to their lives. The promise of a new life in the Americas, despite its challenges, proved a powerful draw for many Irish men and women. Driven by a combination of desperation and hope, they boarded ships bound for the New World. For many, the journey was fraught with danger and uncertainty. Conditions on board these ships were often cramped and unsanitary, leading to disease and death. Those who survived the arduous voyage arrived in the Americas with little more than the clothes on their backs. They sought not riches, but simply a chance to build a better life for themselves and their families. Upon arrival in the Americas, many Irish immigrants found themselves entering into contracts of indentured servitude. This system, already established in the colonies, offered passage in exchange for a fixed term of labor, usually between 4 to 7 years. Indentured servants were not free. Their lives were governed by strict contracts and the whims of their masters. Work was often grueling, with long hours and harsh punishments for disobedience. Despite the hardships, indentured servitude offered a path, however difficult, to eventual freedom. After fulfilling their contracts, servants could receive land, tools, or clothing, allowing them to start their own lives in the colonies. This system, while exploitative, differed significantly from the chattel slavery experienced by Africans during the same period. While both Irish indentured servants and African slaves endured brutal conditions, it is crucial to recognize the fundamental differences between the two systems. Indentured servitude, while restrictive, was a temporary state. Servants had legal rights, however limited, and could petition for better treatment. Crucially, their status was not hereditary, meaning their children were born free. African slaves, on the other hand, were considered property, bought and sold like commodities. They had no legal rights, were subjected to horrific violence, and had no hope of freedom for themselves or their descendants. This brutal system, built on racial hierarchy and dehumanization, stood in stark contrast to the experience of Irish indentured servants. The mid-17th century saw a particularly dark chapter in Irish history, the Cromwellian conquest of Ireland. Oliver Cromwell's brutal campaign led to the mass displacement and dispossession of the Irish people. Thousands of Irish men, women and children were forcibly transported to the Americas as prisoners of war or political exiles. These forced transports, often carried out in deplorable conditions, added another layer of complexity to the Irish experience in the Americas. While some argue that these individuals should be considered slaves, their status was often fluid and depended on various factors. Regardless of their designation, the forced displacement of the Irish people during this era left a lasting scar on the Irish psyche and continues to resonate in historical discussions today.